If you haven't had a chance to check out Moodle's Glossary yet, it's a fun little tool that you can turn into an activity in your classroom. The glossary is pretty straightforward. You can create a glossary that just the teacher can enter information into, or students could enter information to, and you can control how you do that. You can have a main glossary, and then you can have secondary glossaries, so each student would contribute their own entries, and then you would upload what you'd like to the main glossary. One of the really cool features of the glossary is that you can have auto-linking. So if you look at this example, there's an entry in the main glossary for the word multiple, and I turned auto-linking on. And so anytime a word from the main glossary appears in the text of my page, it auto-links so I can see the definition of that word, just like that. To use that glossary feature, you go to Add an Activity and choose Glossary. In this case, I've chosen to create a main glossary and a short description. And as I scroll down, here are some of the settings. And so you can set some default settings. The glossary type is where you choose main glossary or secondary glossary. And one thing to note about that is if you choose main glossary and you want students to edit it, then you need to go into the settings for your course and override some of the default permissions, because by default, students can only create entries in the secondary glossary, not the main glossary. So in this case, I just have one main glossary. You can see what some of the other settings are. They're pretty straightforward. You can rate the entries in your glossary. So if you want to give students a grade or feedback about this, you can use a scale to do that. And then you simply save and return to course. To use the glossary, students simply click on it and add a new entry. In the concept areas where they type the word, and then in the descriptor area, they type the definition. They can do some formatting and linking. You actually could create a hyperlink if you wanted to link to something on the web, or attach a file if you wanted students to do something with attaching files to the glossary items. And here's the auto-linking section. So if I check this box and probably click Match Whole Words Only, then in my text of my Moodle website, whenever I come across the word with, I'll get a pop-up of the definition and a hyperlink to that glossary item. I'm going to click Save Changes and go back to the Moodle page. And now here, there's the word with. When I point to it and click, it should take me to the definition in my glossary.